Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 4 of Blasters and Bandits here on the Heroes and Fables channel. I am your GM Josh902, and this is the crew back. DT, Derper, Bigfoot.
Hello.
Although we only have Bigfoot for a little while. ToastKnight and Midnight Loki. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time. We're just kind of going to hop into it because we do only have Bigfoot for a little bit, and I want him to get as much in the game as we can get. Recap last week, the crew here journeyed into Naboo for the Festival of the Lights on Naboo. After a mission went awry, didn't go awry. They escaped from a salvage mission that they were on right as a New Republic showed up, and they were low on fuel, so they had to land on Naboo, where they had hyperspace jumped into. And they went around, they did some shopping, and just basically killed some time until the Festival of Light happened that night, when a blaster shot rang out for the crew. And I should say on Naboo it was packed. There were a lot of people there, and it ended up causing this riot that happened. And the party quickly went to investigate the shot. They also ran into Oyen's old friend, Carintha. What's his first name?
Ryam Carintha, yeah.
Ryam Carintha, that's it. And the Wookiee Tichwa as well, who had been deputized by the security forces on Naboo for the Festival of Lights. And they found them over with a Hugo Laga, who was the person being detained by them for the murder of Tycho Loa. They found his body there. The riot ended up growing out of control. The party was doing its best to mitigate this with various shenanigans that just was just not rolling well at all. And they eventually ended up spending the night at the Royal Security Barracks before they were hired by Ryam Carintha to investigate this murder and see if they can get to the bottom of it, if Hugo truly was responsible, as there are some kind of clues that they come up with. So let us go ahead and start this off with rolling some destiny points, because we need to remember to do that at the start every time. So just go ahead and click there to roll your destiny pool. Let me go ahead and show the box on the screen.
Hey, not bad.
Got a dart, baby. That's like my soul. Like my heart.
That's pretty balanced. That's a nice little... Yeah, more light than dark, but still a couple darks. So yeah, we zoom in on the Royal Naboo security barracks, not Royal. I do this every time. The Naboo security barracks. And you guys have just been hired by Carintha for 3,000 credits to investigate this particular crime, to get to the bottom of it. What are you guys going to do?
First things first, before we get started, I think Markus, before we get started investigating, Markus will think he's figured out what was wrong with the communicator and shit.
Finally figured it out, yeah.
Finally got it.
You fix that out, you got that just right, and he'll find a nice quiet space and quiet secluded area in the barracks or whatever, and contacts Caton.
Yes. Give me just a moment here. I gotta get to my other tab. Here it is. All right. So yeah, it rings. So this you're calling the your Zan Consortium contact, correct?
Yes.
And
yes.
did I give you a name?
Yes, Kate.
Kate, got you. Couldn't remember if I gave it to you or not. Yeah, so it eventually comes through. You know, it just kind of rings a little bit. It rings. It kind of hums a little bit a few times, as like it's trying to communicate to an outside number until there's like a static kind of crackle that opens up on the other end. And you hear the voice answer. Kind of inquires the yes. Have you completed the job?
We have. It's though there wasn't much in the range of things and information to be gathered from it. We did complete the job. We found the shuttle. I don't know if we got any data, like Doc pulled any data or anything besides or because I think we only got that it was like a super hush hush like prison transfer, right? Like that was everything that we could lift off of it.
That and then whatever we salvaged,
Whatever we salvaged.
Stuff on the ship, yeah.
Doc got the logs, but there wasn't much on it other than it was a prison transport.
Yeah, he's just like, you were able to uncover it was a prison transfer, though it seems that it was an extremely discreet operation in the fact that it seemed that nobody involved even had any information on who was being transferred on the ship, nor exactly where they were going at the same time. Though we did have a bit of trouble because it seems that the members of the Black Sun had already found it, though we were able to deal with them without too much trouble, of course, and but we were only able to gather minimal information from it, and the only things we were able to salvage were blasters and whatnot. It didn't seem like whatever was being transported here from the New Republic was not meant to be a known thing to anybody in particular.
All right. Excellent. What is your current whereabouts? The voice crackles over the other end to you, Marcus.
Currently, we are on Naboo. Figured it would be to take bits of time between this and travel back to our original locale. As before we left, it seemed that there was at least a few people coming to check, which I assume were from the New Republic thing, and we just wanted to. So we're maintaining a low profile on Naboo for the moment.
Okay. I can arrange for you to drop off the supplies on Naboo, if that is what you would like. Or would you rather wait until you're able to return to a more safe space? I will leave it up to you to decide. In the matter of payment, you will have the favor of the Zan Consortium. if you would so choose that, or I can offer you credits.
I assume we as a group would have talked about this before. Of like, because like he wouldn't have made the call, but I assume we would have just talked about like, so what is it? How does everybody feel? Like credits or favor?
I'm for the favor, to be honest.
Yeah, because Marcus is for the
credits
favor.
would be nice, but having the favor like that from yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah. Okay, so we're good on the. All right.
Influence is so much more powerful than mere credits.
Yeah, I know. We can confirm. Threw money into a fucking crowd. They didn't like it.
we can get credits anywhere, but a favor is something you don't get
quite
there.
powerful.
Yeah. All right, then Marcus, having discussed it with the group, he would have been like, yes, I think a favor of the Zone Consortium would be the preferred thing for us.
Excellent, excellent. I tell you what, you took out 2 Black Sun, I'll throw in 200 credits as a bonus.
Much appreciated.
Excellent. Yeah, and he eventually, you hear a ping on your like data pad, Bigfoot, and give me 2 seconds. I need to fix my. Okay, I need to fix my audio thing.
Also, here or Naboo or
Yeah,
like
I would.
Nashada.
I would say
think,
we wait till we go back, right?
Yeah, I think we wait too. Like,
because we already got shit going on here, and
shit going on here. It's too hot right now. Like,
there we go.
Yeah, that's my opinion on that for sure.
Sorry, my NVIDIA broadcast was being a little whack. So you want to wait until you go back? That's what you want to do.
Yes. Yes.
I can make arrangements for you back on Nar Shaddaa to have a drop point if that is acceptable to you.
Yes.
The credits will be waiting.
All right.
Sorry, I'm writing something down. Okay. I'll contact you again if we have more work in the future, if you are looking still.
No, yes. If you have any work for us, please let me know.
Excellent. And the communicator cuts out. Marcus is... As you have set up you have coordinates to a drop point location located on Nar Shaddaa, and just in one of the sectors you can get to fairly easily. So make sure you don't forget. You'll be smuggling salvage in your ship walls and forget about it, and it'll be there forever. But yes.
All right.
Well, we got that handled.
Yep. So we'll head back to the rest of the group.
Time to solve a crime.
Excellent. What? Yeah, Corintha has left. You guys have been hired to investigate this. You have clues, I believe. And you wanted to talk to Padma Jade, who's being held. Not under arrest or anything, but she was the witness. And in the royal security. She's not even like in a cell. She's just kind of in a room. And You also got some of you, because I don't remember what you guys shared. There was a
data pad.
Yeah, there was
I have the data pad of information. Only me,
Jendy and Doc
and
are the
Doc
ones.
are the only ones.
That's right. That's right. You have a manifest for mechanical parts delivery every month, I believe. Manifest for medical supplies, and there was a list of political persons, I believe.
Yes, and then there was receipts of money transfers, but we never got the name
donations, political donations. That's what it was.
And there was going to be a meeting happening in like 3 days.
I believe it was a mechanical parts delivery.
Yeah, that was it.
All right, good. Keeping notes is actually good, guys. You should do it more often. And when I say you, I'm talking about me. So yeah, what is your first steps, guys? What do you want to do?
So we got a few things we could do here. We could go talk to what's her name, Jade, Padma Jade, or we could go talk to Hugo, or we could go investigate the footage of the crime scene, right?
Yeah, we had options.
Yeah, there was security footage.
So, up to you guys. What do we want to do first?
Okay, I would say after Onion's friend left, Jendi would definitely like get everyone together, and she would look to Doc, giving them like the eyes, like we gotta, after everyone's all gathered, be like, okay, so if we're accepting the job, would there be a problem if we took evidence from the scene?
Evidence. I mean, now we haven't interfered with the investigation because we're the ones doing the investigation. Are you saying you found something?
Did you take evidence?
I mean, maybe. Well, I sort of noticed when the crowd was getting rough and I was checking the body, like the blaster wound. It definitely came from medium rifle, and I noticed there was a data pad, and I sort of took it during the panic.
Did you were able to find what was inside the data pad?
Yeah, we found there was numerous amount of transcripts for political donations. There was medical supplies being delivered. There's also mechanical shipment about to happen within a couple of days. We couldn't get the name of where the donations were going. That part was a bit corrupted.
The amount of the donation was interesting. It's a very large sum at 10,000 credits every rotation every month. I don't know if that's above board. I'm not very familiar on Napoleon politics or, the amount of credits that flow through those politicians. But it seems large and recurring to me.
Can I make a roll, Josh, to see if like Marcus would know that like this is like an obscene amount for like political donations and way too consistent.
You're muted, by the way.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I don't think you would need to roll for it, Bigfoot. I think your character would just know with your background.
Okay, yeah.
So it is a lot of money, and it is recurring. It's slightly unusual. It's not like a giant red flags. People have recurring donations all the time, but it's usually like varying degrees of credits. This is like a flat amount every single, like,
it's too consistent.
yeah, it's very consistent.
In hot space, we look at such a payment as, I don't know, protection money or, hush money, payoff of some sort, tribute, usually by influence. I don't know much about Nubian politics to know if that's the case here, but that's what I would think of that as in hot space.
Loki, you might want to adjust your voice changer just a little bit. It is a little hard to understand at the moment. Yeah, and then if you could just repeat your last lines, when you're good. I only caught part of it. I'm sorry. That's the lines. What you said last.
Well, if we have some evidence of political donations, then maybe we can use this when we speak to Hugo.
To repeat what I said, I just said, in
Ooh.
hot space, seeing something like that would constitute hush money or influence or protection money. If it's that regular and set amount.
Okay, Loki. It is not your voice modulator. It is your microphone, which is funny because you were fine before we started.
Good. Let me set that.
I got you. So I bet that's what was causing the issue. Okay.
Markus will be like, actually, before we take any of this information to use this information against them, I would like to think it'd be prudent to better investigate the political landscape, as it were, here first, so that we can better understand whom would be receiving these payments, but also just the relationship. Obviously, your friend told us that it was a tumultuous, very not good relationship between these two people, of course. But unless we know the full context of it, we're just going off of the same thing as the people in charge here who just want to charge, and I've already put a lid on the situation, right? Until we know have a better understanding of all the goings on, I don't think we should confront anyone just yet. Unless you want to do a preliminary sweep and then return to it, but I
guess we should go check over the security footage first then.
Yeah, because we still need to find the gun, as well as maybe to see where the shot came from.
Yes. Jeudy,
very well. Looks like we have our first area of investigation set.
Yes. Yes, let's see if we can see this footage.
Okay.
Is there anyone around Josh that can take us to it, like maybe Damont or one of the other security officers?
You walk out to the whoosh of the whoosh of the door opens as you walk out into the hall, and you see numerous Naboo security officers walking around, and you do spot Damont walking not towards you guys, but just kind of down the hall. You can grab him if that's what you want.
What is his rank?
He's just like a oh god, why am I like a corporal?
Corporal Damont, I think we would like to review the security footage in our investigation here. That's what we'll go towards first.
Of course, right away. And I can take you to the terminal room down this way. Just follow me. And he leads you down the hall, and there's like a few twists and turns, and eventually you enter into this large room with different security forces working on all these different terminals. There is a large hollow map in the middle of like the room of kind of the city, like so you can get like an overview. There's somebody monitoring that for any kind of disturbances that they might have to send out like a security squad towards. And eventually he leads you over to a security terminal and says, "You may use this at your leisure." It should be on here.
As we're walking in, Josh, can I do a perception check to see if anybody watches us as a group enter the security terminal area?
Sure. This, just roll perception. There's, just like a one purple die. It's pretty easy to see.
All right.
There does not appear to be anybody watching you, other than the door opens, people turn to look to see who's coming in type deal, but nothing that lingers that's suspicious or anything like to that effect. That you could see.
All right.
Trying to figure out how the disadvantage kind of. The advantage is like the moment as you take a look around the room, these are systems that you are fairly familiar with since when you were last here. You done some computer work. Next roll, we'll give you a boost die, a blue, if you use computers or something like that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So. But yeah, nothing unusual. Nobody's like, "Who are you?" Nobody's got like that kind of eye. Like they're just working diligently. And he leads you over to a terminal where the security footage is located. Sorry, Bigfoot, you were gonna say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say. You look at I guess we can look at the footage. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Corporal Demon.
I'll wait by the door just in case you need use of me, Damon says as he kind of steps over to the door and just kind of stands at attention.
Very well. Those of you who can work these computers, let's get to it. See what we can find.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know. Me and Doc go off.
Certainly, yes.
Yeah. Can we check out? So what was the footage looking like?
So a blue tinge screen kind of opens up, and it is a camera view that is not in the alleyway. It's at one end of like the alleyway. It's kind of like the entranceway that you guys ran into at the start of the whole thing, So it's like a little bit before the Festival of Lights. And what it shows is you see the person that you know to be as Tycho Loa, or sorry, not Tycho Loa, Hugo Laga. Oh my God, this is a problem when you have so many names. No, Tycho Loa. Yes, Tycho Loa. My God, I got it backwards. You see the image of Tycho Loa walk toward down the street, and then turn and go down the alleyway. And then you see Hugo Laga kind of walk down like the same street, but he's in like these dark he's in what he was wearing when he was arrested, but his clothes, I don't know if I described them to you guys last time. His clothing is like a dark, it's kind of got on like what I got on. He's got like a dark robe on, you know, something kind of inconspicuous. And he is walking down the street, and then you see him turn and go down into the alleyway. Some time passes, and then there's just a bright flash, and then the riot begins, and you see yourselves kind of duck down the alleyway. You see Corintha and Tichwa go down the alleyway to begin with, and that is what you see on the surface value of it, as the recording kind of eventually it plays out the whole scene as you guys know it, with them eventually, the crowd eventually not rioting, but like just panicking, and the crowd crush and all that happened.
I would like to run back through the. You said there was like a flash or whatever. It like blocked it out for like a second.
Yeah, there was. Well, it doesn't block out the screen, like it doesn't block out the camera. It's like a. It's like when you fire a blaster, you know, it'll show off a blast of little light kind of out of the alleyway. Is kind of the flash that happened.
Out of the alleyway.
Yeah, not out of the alleyway, but like you saw it, like because the way the camera is positioned, it's like it just kind of lit up a little bit. It's not like shooting out of the alleyway or anything like that. It's not like a blaster bolt comes flying out. Sorry.
Right.
But the actual shot itself is off frame.
Yes, it's not. You can't see it at all. No, not from this camera recording.
And we don't see either of them, any of the three enter the alleyway from this angle, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Right. And there was no.
Or sorry. What did you ask? I was fixing something, and I sorry. What did you say, Bigfoot?
We didn't see any of the three people like enter the alleyway from this angle, right?
You saw you saw Hugo Laga and Taiko Loa go into that alley from this direction.
So we saw those two go in, but we did not see Padma, right?
No, you don't see Padma. No.
Okay.
You. So what you see here's who enters the alleyway, right? Hugo Laga enters that alleyway. Taiko Loa enters that alleyway. And Corintha and Tichwa, after the gunshot goes off, they go running down that alleyway. And that's what you see on camera. Here.
We don't. Jade's not anywhere in the footage either.
No, not from this angle.
Gotta look at another camera with another angle, man.
Yeah. Is there another angle?
Is there any of our cameras?
Can we find another camera with a different angle?
Currently on this computer, there's just this one angle. Yeah, just the one angle.
In the footage that we see, are there any droids, especially like droids that would be owned by the city or the government, maintenance droids or anything like that we see in the area on the footage?
Give me a perception check, Loki, with two purple dice.
Ooh, okay.
Actually, you know what? Make it one purple dice and one black dice. The footage is a little grainy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to use black dice a little more, other than just like make this harder, because otherwise you almost it's not a DM thing. It's a thing that I forget to use with this system, is that there are black dice, which are setback dice, which are not like, they're just kind of like a little bit of a setback, and the setback in this case is like the footage is a little grainy and a little hard to see, so you're looking for droids in the footage.
Good
I'm
eye.
gonna also use a light side point.
You, if you want to, totally up to you.
Okay.
Yep. You are unable to discern any
Oh,
you are unable to discern any droids in the security footage.
I was gonna see if I could have helped with that. Could have. Yeah, I think I could have done this. I'm trying to see if this skill works. Yeah, sorry, Josh.
It's okay. Just let me know in a DM. Since the roll already happened, there is no going back and changing.
I know there's no going back. I was trying to say it before, but I was like reading it. It was.
I got you.
It was some shit. Nah, yeah.
I was hoping to find a droid or something maybe that we could get in contact with and check their memory banks for another angle, but I don't know. The footage is really grainy. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Give me a. Should I ask for a roll? Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, somebody want to give me a computers check?
Sure.
It'll be.
I could definitely do a computer's check. That's a lot better than my perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a computers check. The difficulty will be 2 red die.
2 reds. Okay.
Technical aptitude.
Did you use a
computer-related task by 25% per rank?
I did use a force point. I forgot.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure I flipped
Also,
it. So I need to show the dice box. That's what I need to do.
All right.
That last advantage that I got, would I be able to pass the advantage to Loki since he's doing the check, or would it only be for me?
You could pass it on to him for the computers check.
Okay, I'll do
because
that.
That's what it pertained to. Yes, Bigfoot.
So Doc's doing the computer check, right? I'm assuming. All right, so. Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at my shit and I'm trying to make sure if I can give you some extra shit. Yeah, my technical aptitude will reduce thing by 25%. And Josh, can I do a valuable facts check for this?
Let me see what valuable facts does. What's prevented from making ally successful and one ally skill check during the encounter. Well, why not? Yeah, go ahead and do that, Bigfoot.
So that's just a straight knowledge check, right?
Yep, it's 2 purple.
Wait.
It's an average.
Wait. Average knowledge check. So it's 2
average
purple,
knowledge check.
But
Which knowledge?
Average? Is that 3? 'Cause I'm
No,
just looking
the
at my knowledge
difficulty is
skills.
average. That's what 2 purple means. It's saying it's average.
Right.
So it'll be. Let me look at your character, Bigfoot. This might actually. I have it open.
If it's a knowledge skill, then it would be the ones that the
What's funny is that
yeah,
that's the thing. The funny thing is, it's just like it just has knowledge. It doesn't say which one. So
Exactly. That's why I'm like I'm very confused.
Um,
Like I'm better at some of these than others. Like,
I would argue that this would pertain to probably education.
education. Okay.
That's probably what I would argue it is.
Got you.
I'm not sure if that's how this talent works, but for now, that's how we're gonna treat it. And I'll look it up after the game. So yeah, go ahead and do that, Bigfoot, with 2 purples. And that's actually a pretty cool skill.
Why can I not press it?
I think you have to click on the die
Yeah,
location.
you click on the die.
No, I know what the problem was. Something else was open for some
Oh,
reason.
I got you.
Yeah, here we go. Just 2 difficulty, 3 ability. Can I flip a light side for this?
You sure can. That'll upgrade a green to a yellow.
All right.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, did I get a boost from somebody? Oh no. That boost was for what's the name? So
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I gave the boost to Loki for the computer check.
That's a
Yeah,
good.
unfortunately.
Yeah, but you got 2 advantages. Let's see how we can sell this. Oh God. Marcus, as you try to pour through your knowledge here to to dig into giving some sort of an advantage to Doc's check, all you could you pull up some info in your mind about a murder that you remember happening on some other world that is just kind of in your mind, and there's just something that sticks in your brain about it, but unfortunately you're just not able to quite pull it out of your brain right now. So that's not really an advantage, but it's hard to think of an advantage for knowledge skills here in this situation. But
I don't think there's really that
what it kind of pulls in is like other things that you could try in this situation. Other things that are like things to check, like was the security footage tampered with? Is this a legitimate source of footage? Like, is this like the right camera? Like, just stuff like that. So Doc, if you want to make your computers check, don't forget your boost, because you're gonna have a boost die.
Okay.
And it's two red is the difficulty.
Listen,
All right, here we go.
All right, you got a success. Bigfoot, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, buddy. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
We know we only had you for a little while. Thank you for joining.
Bye, Bigfoot. We'll miss
Talk to you.
you.
See you, Bigfoot.
Kiss.
Later.
He's been turned to a
Droid.
droid.
Activate.
He's like, I need to go pick up the phone again.
Yeah, we only had Bigfoot for a little while, which we appreciate him for hopping in and playing with us for a little bit. So you succeed, Doc, in what you discover as you watch the footage back is you you see you clear up some of the fuzziness for one thing, and you notice in the course of your investigation of the footage that it has been doctored a little bit. Before, where there was like this grainy kind of line that at first glance in the footage looks completely normal, clears up right away. And as you watch the footage a second time, where that line was, you see it's kind of like up in the air, kind of pointing like this, like at this angle, like going down. You see a blaster shot come in from off screen, like from off the camera screen, like just off of it, and go flying down into the alleyway.
We're looking for a sniper, mate.
Well,
That is certainly new information. So, the blaster shot definitely came from a rooftop from above, not from inside the alleyway. So that is certainly something of interest.
Yes, and
So
the shot
Padma-
does.
You should go.
Well, just to clarify, the shot does line up with the flash that happens on the camera too. So like you see it come in, joop, and then there's that flash that happened in the original footage. Like it's making contact.
Padma's lying
The
about
flash-
seeing Hugo shoot Tycho, right?
Lying or just wrong?
Interesting.
yeah. So the flash that we see in the footage is the impact, not the. And now we actually see the bolt come in from off screen.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay.
Was there any correspondence between the two of them in that pad you found?
That,
Sorry. That is a very good question. I don't remember seeing any correspondence.
Because now it's a question of why they were both there.
You think that
That is certainly a question. Yes.
well, obviously we know that Padma Jade is obviously a fake witness, so maybe she has some ties.
She could be, or
Fake
she
witness,
could just
she
be
also
wrong.
could be mistaken.
People missee things all the time. Misremember things even worse.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously unreliable.
Unreliable.
So, I think maybe our next step before we go talk to the witness is maybe we go to the rooftop of the building where we think the blaster bolt came from. Maybe we'll see a little bit more about I don't know, maybe we get really lucky and we find the weapon. I don't know.
Maybe,
Well,
but with the cover up, it's starting to feel more and more organized. If a random security officer probably wouldn't have noticed the doctoring, so this seems pretty open and shut. An eyewitness, they were at odds with each other. The footage shows that they both enter. There's a blaster flare. So they probably would have just put this guy in prison.
Yes, it definitely seems like a frame job. The only real reason I'd suggest going to the rooftop would be for literally a new perspective. Maybe we see something that we didn't see before, such as another security camera or a private security camera that the security folks wouldn't have access to, but maybe we could have access to.
It's also fair. Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay. So the plan is to go to the rooftop where the shot seems to indicate it's coming from. That's the plan.
Yeah.
What I would want to try and do is go stand, like try to line up the angle so I'm standing in the spot where the shooter was,
I gotcha.
just to get their perspective on what unfolded, because maybe that gives some new information. But also looking for, is there maybe a camera or something that the shooter would have been caught on that the security
Gotcha.
forces didn't know to check, or a different perspective that we could go hack and steal footage from.
I gotcha. Okay. So as you guys start to leave the area,
We got everything we could from this place, right?
as far as you know, the Daemon is there. He's standing by the door, and he says, "Oh yes, this is before you leave. Commander Corintho wanted you to have these," and he gives you like the locations of like the addresses for Padma Jade's home, as well as Hugo Laga's place of residence.
Very well,
If you, just in the event that you need them.
Is Hugo the shooter or the victim?
Hugo is the shooter,
Supposed shooter, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
and Tycho is the victim.
Dead man.
Yeah, Hugo's the suspect. Tycho's the victim. I'd assume from the data pad we probably also know where Tycho's business and residence are, but I don't know if we were explicitly given that.
Yeah. Sorry. Did you say Hugo or Tycho?
Tycho.
Tycho's place of business. Yeah. Tycho doesn't. Yeah. Sorry. He's not exactly a businessman. He is like I think I told you guys this last week. He's kind of like on a council that kind of handles like shipping, kind of like a politic, like council that kind of does that type of work. I don't know what the fucking word is, but my brain is kind of
Okay.
fried.
Yeah, so maybe I did an assumption, but we have a spot where the mechanical parts shipment is supposed to happen.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I may have assumed that was Tycho's place of business, but
I got you. That's just why I wanted to clarify it. All right. So you have the addresses. You go back to the promenade where the alleyway is, and the I keep saying riot, but where like everybody was panicking and trying to running. I'll just call it riot. Where the riot happened, and you are fairly easy and able to determine where the shot came from. You're looking at the alleyway, you're like tracing it up, and you eventually find a rooftop. And what strikes you as odd about the rooftop is like it is kind of up above where you guys were sitting at originally. You don't know. Maybe you were just too distracted by the fireworks or what was going on, but you didn't see the shot. But technically, you should have been able to see it if you were looking up above, you know? And it kind of goes that way. So you're able to kind of determine that location if you want to proceed. I assume up there to an area.
Yes.
Okay. So you climb the steps, and you're eventually able to get to a ladder and kind of work your way up onto the nearby roof area. And somebody give me a knowledge warfare check.
Jesus, I have a lot of
Who's
fucking
got
green
who's
dice.
got some good warfare? Because if not, I could do it.
I have 4 greens. That's all I have. I could use a light, make one of them yellow.
As I-
Jendy's got me beat.
Okay, I got 2 yellows and a green.
And this
Oh,
will
that's pretty good.
just be 1 purple die.
Alright.
Oh, I'd have William do it.
You can
Alright,
also
I'll-
assist and give a boost.
I will assist and give the blue.
All right. One purple you said, or 2?
1
What?
easy difficulty.
Super easy. So, Oyen, you dig into your background in your previous history as a rebel, and you are fairly quickly able to determine a good sniper position. And as you walk over there and kind of determine the location, you can tell, even as you kind of kneel down and look, that you can tell like where some of the dirt is kind of disturbed a little bit, that somebody was laying prone here, probably setting up the shot. It is at the very edge of what would be considered medium range. Like, it's just within medium range of getting a shot, and it lines up perfectly down the alleyway. You can see very clearly the alleyway where the killing happened, and you guys ran down to, and then you're looking straight on at it, and you can see the exit on the other part of the alleyway, because it's a 2-part alleyway. It wasn't a dead-end alleyway. It's a 2-part alleyway.
Can I roll perception to see from like looking up at the roof to see if there was any other possible cameras that maybe could show like an entrance to this building, so we could see who might
And
have walked in and walked
and I-
out?
I also just had an idea, but I'll wait for after the roll.
You want to do a perception looking for cameras? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, to see if there was like
Yep,
there's
I
one
gotcha.
position near the entrance, so we can see who goes in and out and try and fit a timeline.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a roll. It'll be just 2 purple die, just average. Perception. You fail to spot a camera. However, what you do see is like the stand of a camera where one should be, but it is not there.
Ooh. I'll see that and be like, I'll be back. I'm just gonna go check something. I'm gonna go head straight to that thing.
All right, yeah. So, what it is like, you know how like on security cameras they have a little thing and it kind of rotates and like it gets a view of the area. So you see the thing that would rotate and stuff, but the camera is missing. Like the actual physical camera.
Okay. Could I look at or try and get a better view to see if, like, okay, so you're saying there's the rotating bit, but there's no actual camera?
Yeah, there's no actual camera on it. It's kind of up on like a wall, and it would have a perfect view straight down like the alley. It's kind of like above a doorway. It's not like super high up or anything. Like,
Yeah.
you could probably step on a box and like reach it.
Yeah, can I do that and then look at to see how it was removed?
Sure, you can do that. Give me a 2 purple mechanics check, and I'm gonna restart my audio while you do that because my mic is being really finicky right now.